And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about them?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies, a mastery of defense against the dark arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heck.
You mentioned...
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in... You should be able to find all of... You will also, I imagine...
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided on...
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today. Did I hear you masterfully?
I did try to evade her questions, though I'm fairly certain she suspects.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead, and she may feel obliged to share details with them.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe that, happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally... Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle... Why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about her. For now, focus on your classes.
Stumbled over I think I even bought bins. That says something.
I was trapped on the grand staircase once. Every time I tried to step off, it moved again. I still haven't lived that down.
In Transfiguration, I switched the writing to proper workers.
There's something in there.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with...
Have you gained any insights?
I did discover that casting Lumos...
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I am. Do come and find me if you stumble on something in Lumos.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
When Helen said draw...
Watch yourself.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Well, I can say.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame. Lenora!
You did?
I've...
All very logical. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. Well, I'm glad someone... The moth! I should have seen that.
Lumos. Revelio.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Revelio.
Someone has to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of... That's it! Happens to the best of us. Splendid! Don't lose your composure.
Accio!
Very good. Not to worry. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp.
Accio.
Watch this. There we go.
Excellent control there.
Let us see this. That is how it's done. Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind. Well done.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Took me weeks to become proficient with act. Took weeks for me to get any.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take.
To put it lightly, I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my foot. My mother received. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than...
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world, but it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming.
Is Ouagadougou...
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. I remember the first time I saw it, and then it just materialized.
This may seem an odd question.
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn.
Spells cast without a wand.
No, not that. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. I must admit, however.
It's nice to learn.
Thank you for asking. I think Professor Ronan wants... Until next time.
Can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, Accio, you're using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on
A
humans.
word, if you would.
You wanted to speak...
I did. I tried.
Well, an outdoor
What charm is there? Miss Onai is a talented witch.
Of course, Professor.
Miss Onai is always... Now, Professor Weasley has asked... Expect to hear from me soon.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that.
Accio.
Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to...
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet. Hope your first day's going well.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all...
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to... Well, better see to my charms homework.
Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient
Goblins, werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Accio.
It was Albert Black.
Lumos.
Ooh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
What are you up to now?
Revelio. Protego. Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Protego. Stupefy.
Is that all you've got? Yeah.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Levioso!
Good. Now, well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be
Levioso!
lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a...
I do enjoy a lively duel.
You're good.
Take it now.
Levioso! And all my students to this effect. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
Stupid one.
Once your opponent's assigned to attack or defend yourself.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow, again, well done today. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something.
It was certainly good
Practice. Didn't expect a new student. Then again.
In fact, it was.
Be quiet if you like, but I know better. Magic, you know, you might be a perfect...
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Excellent. If you want to get the most out of your time, whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking in, you just have to be...
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Pleasure. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Here. Till next time.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me.
Nothing more, Professor.
Regardless, you must continue to build. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
I'm not sure
You shall find that, in fact, Professor Ronan... Now, regarding... We've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way.
Thank you, Professor.
You've managed your classes well with a borrowed one.
Can you tell me more about the
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of...
I've never heard of it.
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts. I shall explain more about them when you begin working.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine... I would trust no one else to pair me with a woman.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first... Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet. No time to waste. The sooner you complete...
Revelio. Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach?
Indeed I do, and fixes things right up. More frequently than... As Professor Weasley, a number of your... I have arranged some for...
Why must I first complete...
No lesson or lecture can compare to such experience.
I'll start on the... This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Accio!
Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere.
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? So no...
Everyone hates you.
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports, I wanted to make some new friends. My gobstone collection, that is. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls.
Gobstones?
That's what I tried. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with... Imelda is one of the worst losers. And now those poor
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone...
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your...
If I knew that, I'd get... Whoever hid my gobstones that high,
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself.
Lumos. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Accio!
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I complete.
Marvelous. Let us give the... Remember to be...
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.